Good morning to you and a warm welcome to our program Spotlight. And on Spotlight today we will be focusing on a personality who has visited Sri Lanka many times. It's not just once or twice but 117 times. We have with us the founder of the Foundation for Peace and Love, Mrs. Ursula Bayer. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
And Mrs. Bayer, my first question to you is about your interest about Sri Lanka. What made you visit Sri Lanka?
Yeah, I'm born in Germany in the war. I know all the poorness. We were hungry, we were starving, we had sometimes not to stay somewhere. I know everything what means poorness. Yeah? And so then in 1708, my husband asked me again and again, "What are you doing in the night?" "I'm sleeping." No. It is like somebody's in the room and you answer in a foreign language. Which kind of language? I never heard these words. Then let him talk. Then on 14th of January 1709, I woke up in the night, a beautiful light in the sleeping room. My husband was sleeping there, and on the right side was a dark-skinned figure standing, smiling at me, goodness in the eyes. And I realized I know this person. He was sitting sitting up and smiling back. Then my brain woke up. The brain doesn't know something. Careful, robber, thief. Immediately, light vanished, figure vanished. But something has happened to me, I didn't know what. Then, some weeks later, my husband asked, "Shall we go for holidays this year?" We never had time. We had 3 shops in the jeweler branches, no time for anything. And yes, let us go for holiday. Where shall we go? Bring a brochure, I don't know. And I looked in the brochure and suddenly, Sri Lanka, the pearl in the Indian Ocean. We didn't know what it is, where it is, nothing. This. So we booked it. And 19th of June we were sitting in the plane and stopped in Moscow for 8 hours. We came to the transit hall and there was a big group of dark-skinned persons. What is this? And suddenly I see the person from the night who appeared. This can't be. I got a shock, running out down. And what happens? Then after a while I came back. This person was waiting. Then I was sitting next to the wall. So my husband with our child, 9 years old, Christian, they were going around to look a little bit where they were. And suddenly this gentleman is next to me and tells me, "Yeah, where are you going?" "Sri Lanka." "Oh, I'm from Colombo." "Aha, so the people are looking. How nice to see this before we come there." So then my husband came back with the son and I asked him, "Take out the map, let this gentleman explain what we should see in the country." We had no time to prepare our trip. And he was, it was nice what he all was explaining. Then later, when we arrived in Sri Lanka, it was beautiful, the air to feel, yeah? How the people were smiling. And this we don't know from Germany so well. People are a little bit stuck with their faces. Seldom they are smiling. And then, yeah, where shall we go? And we asked the tuk-tuk driver, and he brought us then to Colombo, to, oh no, I lost it,
You to a known hotel, isn't
to
it?
a well-known hotel,
Right.
yes. And it was very nice there. And then we did a tour with the driver, and he showed us everything in the mountains, beautiful the mountains, and also the paddy fields or the tea estates. That it was everywhere where we came to the villages, people were looking at me. Finally you are here.
So it's like you came back home.
We were waiting for you for such a long time. And my husband told me, this is the language you are speaking in the night. Huh? And I was finally at home. Never in Germany I felt at home, because where are the smilings? Yeah, people are too much running, working. That's the only thing.
So that was the first time you came to Sri Lanka?
Yes.
So when was the next time? How long did it take for you to feel like, coming back here?
In January 1980, we were, so 1980, we came second time.
Right.
Yeah, and it was marvelous. Everything what we saw, we felt like coming home. And so we only wished to come again and again. And in November 1980, my husband told me, now we are going alone. We had so beautiful experience in this country. Let us do something good for the country. Let us start an organization for the poorest. Wow, I was happy. Then both of you went alone, and we asked then friends. In the meantime we got, where can we do something good for the poorest? Oh, they were so happy. They brought us first to Maharagama, to a home with 250 unwanted children. It was terrible when we came there. They lived only from almsgivings. The government is not giving much to the homes, very, very little. They can't live from this. And so, yes, here we will start. And when we came home, it was so wonderful. We were in a group of jewelers from Germany, Netherlands, and Switzerland. And so we were invited then to meetings of them, and then I could show films about Sri Lanka, and then they collected money, and we could start immediately. Yeah? And so we were guided to so many places. We started to build houses. In the poorest areas, we built villages. And then, when we came there, we were so happy how everybody was developing. Also, big wells, We were guided also to the untouchable.
Right.
In Kanatolova. Nobody knows about them when we talk about here in Sri Lanka. This in our country can't be. Yes, it is like this. They are called untouchable, and nobody is talking to them. They are not allowed to go to school. They were hungry, they had huts, they were breaking together. We were so shocked when we came there. And then we started to build a community center. And how do we get now teachers here? Nobody want to come here.
So who supported you all along, Ursula? Who supported you all along?
We had in the meantime this organization also here, and everywhere we more and more we got helper,
Right.
coordinators called. And one of them brought us there. Yeah? And we decided, no, so it can't be. Then we built this nice big community center, but who will come now to teach them? Teach us, yeah? We did now, in the meantime, everywhere in the villages, community centers, in the poorest areas. And then we gave lessons, dancing, singing, playing music instruments, everything we bought also then, and dramas to play, to give the poorest more strength, yeah. And there were so many talented children, so that was really successful.
So this was since 1980, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes.
where are those children now?
These children we helped, they are grown up.
Of course they are.
And we helped them also to go to school, the poorest, because it's impossible when they don't go to school. How will be their life one day? They are beggars. What can they do? And so we built also schools, and in these community centers we engage teachers. Yeah, we pay for the teachers up to now. Also in this wonderful singing, dancing, playing drama, instruments. It is so important for me, for us, to keep the old tradition up. This is so valuable in your country. When I came first time to your country, I felt support immediately what kind of energy are here. Highest energy, yeah, vibration, beautiful. The nature here, everything, the animals, how nice, the cows on the road, the doggies on the road laid down. In our country, impossible, you know. Here, they stop, whoop, whoop, and slowly then the doggy is waking up and is going, no? And then again coming and laying down. Nobody is excited here. Nobody is shouting. This all makes me so happy. I felt this is a country with the highest energy in the world. I also traveled round the world with groups, but never I found such a vibration like in this country, all over the world.
And tell me a little bit more about the Foundation for Peace and Love and how it's connected to Germany as well, and what people in Germany are doing towards Sri Lanka.
I never must write letters to ask, to beg for money. When we have, from the beginning, when we have a plan, oh, this we will do here now, immediately the money is coming. We couldn't believe this. Unusual, yeah? And so, more and more, through the whole country, we were then guided to see how poor they are and to help them so as they need it. When we built something, we didn't only give them the house, no, they had also to work with it, you know? Otherwise we spoil the people. When the white people are coming, the Zulus, then only we have to tell and then we get. No, that is not good. So, I'm in the meantime the Suruamba everywhere in the country. And it makes me so happy when I come here and there and see how the people developed, how they changed, their minds, their behave. Everything is changing.
Exactly. So it's been a very long time, since 1980.
And then upwards. 1983, when we landed, my family and myself, our friend Budi Kirti Sena, doing films, and also batik factory.
Yes.
He was very close friends. This family and we became one family. And when he expected us, he told, quick, quick, immediately you must go to Colombo where we had a flat, yeah, and the war will start today. Yeah, we had 2 families with us, 2 doctors, with a wife and the children, and they wanted to help us to help the poorest by treating them. Yeah, we sent them then to Mount Lavinia Hotel, and we came then to Colombo, there where we stayed always. And immediately after we came to the house, the war started. Shooting, shouting, fire everywhere. The roofs came down. What is this? My goodness, now what we are doing at home, day and night we think of Sri Lanka. We never go somewhere for holidays or to theater. No, we don't take time for us. We want to do the best for this country. And now they destroy everything by themselves. What is this? So the first 2 days we couldn't go out. But then next day was my birthday. And I promised for the home in Maharagama, Sujaretoria home, to bring food, almsgiving. But we couldn't go out. Then my husband told, no, I go. Doesn't matter what is the law, I go now. And sat in the car and went to Mount Lavinia. But everywhere, police stop, the gun here,
Right.
no? Window down, gun. Where are you going? Immediately have to go home. Okay, my husband immediately turned round and went another road till he was in Mount Lavinia. And then the friends in Mount Lavinia staying there with a bright face. Today is the 3rd day. There is a firewalk in Colombo.
Oh no.
Was told to them from the people in the hotel. But when they realized that our 2 doctors and that we had suitcases full of medicine, and the doctors half a year were translating the medicine in English language, then they came, we need medicine, we need medicine. And my husband again was going, and then I came with him and the medicine brought. Yeah. So this was in the war. I never was scared in the war. I loved this country too much that I would have told.
You never gave up.
No, no.
And
I came everywhere, 3 times a year.
Wow. And you did mention that you've been doing a lot of services and for the poor, especially in the country, ever since you visited the country. That's since 1980, the 2nd time you visited Sri Lanka. So you've been visiting for the 117th time this time, right? So tell us what's in store for the future and what you intend to do.
I become this year 80 years. But I don't feel like this. I feel very young inside. Always I'm joking, happy, and so on. And I don't feel my age. I'm fit, yeah? And so I know I will come more and more, yeah? I will not stop. And my husband also. So it is a good time when we are thinking about what can we do? We are planning, and then the money is coming, and then we come here and so to our coordinators, now here we can build houses, here we can build a community center, here a well, and in the meantime also we have so many donor children, they couldn't go to school because the school fees and the tuition classes, they can't pay.
They can't afford it.
Yeah, the poorest. So then we started in Germany, also in Switzerland, in Austria, some, to see poorest children. We get then
Names.
education,
Right.
yeah, for the education, what is with the family happening and so on. And then I find a donor for this family, and then the child can go to school. Also, the dresses they have, no? One dress the government is giving, but one dress is not enough for the whole year. So they need good shoes, not flip-flops, no? And socks. And here you can see in which school class they are. It is so wonderful how your school ideas here, how it happens. I never saw fighting outside of the school. Never. How they are standing there, this class, the teachers in front, and then they are praying, and then they are the national song singing, and it's so wonderful. Yeah? In Germany, boom, boom, boom. It's different.
We're
in
very
our
thankful.
countries.
We're very thankful that you love visiting our country, and thank you so much for everything you've done. And thank you for being a part of the show as well.
We will do more.
Thank you once again, Mrs. Ursula Bayer. And with that, we conclude Spotlight for you this morning. Have yourself a pleasant day ahead. Thank you for tuning in.